Welcome to lesson 18, right? This is lesson 18. So in lesson 17 I was giving you that I told you there are different types of scales, right? I told you we have the jazz scales, we have the pentatonic, we have the chromatic, we have the diminished, something like this now. Like this. Now this one is called your jazz scales, your jazz scales. And we also have this. Your diminished scales, there's so many of them. So this is called your chromatic scales, So and pentatonic scales, your pentatonic. Sorry. So this is your pentatonic scales, There's so many of them. We have diminished scales, chromatic scales, your Lydian scales. So many of them. They are countless. They are exhaustless. But for this course and for this class, remember I told you we are working on the major scales and the minor scales, because those are the scales where we are working with for the now. This is the beginning and this is the foundation. So we're working on the major scale, your C major scale. Then I'm going to be teaching you all the scales. You need to know. So just follow me, right? So we will focus firstly on the major scales before the minor. Yeah. Don't worry, in the advanced classes or in the advanced courses, I'm going to be showing you all those, explaining the chromatic scales, and the jazz scale. This is the blue scales. The one I first ran was called the blue scales. It's called the blue scale. So I'm in other classes, in the advanced courses or classes, I'm going to be explaining all of that. You understand? So this is the beginning and the foundation. So it's better for you to understand from the foundation. You get understand the major and the minor scales first before we go to the advanced, right? So please, in case you have any question troubling you don't understand what I'm showing you or telling you or teaching you, please drop your questions in the comment section. That is very, very important. Always learn to drop your questions. Please drop your questions. Or if you have anything you want to contribute to the class, you can contribute. I like your comments. Please drop your comments. Your comments makes me to understand that you understand what I'm teaching you, right? Please drop your comments. Okay, so let's I said firstly, we'll focus firstly on the major scales, right? What are major scales? Now let's define major scales. Remember I told you there are two types of scales that are popularly and widely known and used all over the world. There are others as well, like the one I mentioned: jazz scale, blues scale, pentatonic, Lydian, chromatic, blues scale, those kind. But the ones that are known and that are popularly used by musicians are the major and the minor scales. So first of all, I want to talk about the major scales first. So what are major scales? What are major scales? Like I have earlier said, major scales are the normal scale that is being used in music. In a major scale, we don't have any blurring sound or negative sound. I said major scales are the normal scale that is being used in music. In a major scale, we don't have any blurry or negative sound. All the sound are pleasant to the ear and easily enhance good music. Do you get that? Unlike the minor scales, you have to understand that all the 12 keys in the keyboard or piano all have their major scales and their minor scales. Now, in the major scales, The major scales are the one I just run for you. This is your C major scale. You can hear that. You can hear all the notes. The notes are very pleasant to the ear. They are not blurring at all. They are not negative. Unlike the minor. The minor, later, don't worry, later I'm going to be explaining to you. The minor are the counterfeit, or let's say the counter reflection of the major scales. The minor scales don't sound exactly pleasant like the major scales. So the major scales are very pleasant to the ear, you know. You see major scales. Sorry, C sharp major scale, C sharp. Your D. Can hear the notes are pleasant to the ear, right? So, but the minor scale don't sound like that. Major scales are not blurring, they are not negative. The sounds are superb and sweet. So, like I also said, you have to understand that all the 12 keys in the keyboard, in the piano, or in the keyboard, or even the organ, all the 12 keys. Don't get confused, please. Don't get confused. No matter how long the keyboard or the piano is. For example, like I told you in my lesson 2 or lesson 3, I was telling you that there are two types of piano that are known and that are popularly used. There are two types of piano. Remember, I defined it for you. I told you that we have the upright piano. The first one is the grand piano, and the second one is the upright piano. So even the grand piano and the upright piano, they're all made up of 12 keys. And I told you is what they did is that they repeated all the keys. Like this is your C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. What is here is what they brought here. So they repeated the C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. I've explained all these things in my previous classes, so you can just go back and watch them. So it's the same thing entirely. They're just repeating the keys one after the other. So even the grand piano and the upright piano is still 12 keys. No matter how long the keyboard is, how big the keyboard is, all the keys that it consists of, they are all 12 keys, right? Yep, 12 keys. So like these are C sharp, D, G sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, A, G sharp, A sharp, B. All these 12 keys all have their minor and major scales. Yes. So I'm going to be teaching you all these things. I'm going to be teaching you all the scales in, you know. So we are going to be starting from our key letter C major. So this C. Remember I told you how to get your C. Before two black keys, it's your C. Don't confuse this and this together because they look closely, like they look related. This and this, they look like, right? Don't confuse this and this together. This is your F. F is before three black keys. These 3 black keys. Before 3 black keys, your F. Before 2 black keys, your C. Don't confuse them together. So this is your C. This is your F. C, F, F, C, C, F, C. So we're going to be starting from our key letter C. C major scales. And I'm going to be showing you how to run the scales using both your right and left hand on C major scale, and how to play them together with your number system. That is very important. You have to know the kind of finger to use, the kind of finger to place on each note. Like this is your C. Your C represents your Do. Your D represents your Re. Your E represents your Mi. Your F represents your Fa. Your G represents your So. Your A represents your La. Then your B represents your T. And you come back to C. So you have to understand the finger. You have to understand the finger placement. The finger placement that is being used for all of them. Like this is your 1. See? So you have to understand how they are being placed. I'm going to teach you that as well. So remember I told you, if you are going to become a professional or standard from other pianists or keyboardists rather, you have to know how to play in all keys. Yes, that's very important. You have to learn and know how to play in all 12 keys. In the keyboard. You have to learn how to play in all 12 keys. You can't be transposing, as a professional or as and as an expert. It's not so good to be transposing. It's not really good, not really nice, because transposing means you could not play in a particular key. So you, like, for example, you could not play on this key, this E. You couldn't play on E. So you couldn't play on this E. So you transpose this E, you transpose it down to C, because C is the easiest key, so you could play it on it. That's what we mean by transposing, and it's not really good as a professional keyboardist. So it's not that good. In fact, the first step in becoming a professional keyboardist or a pianist is learning how to play all the scales. Learning how to play all the scales, in all 12 keys. That's the first steps. That became my challenge when I was growing up in my music career. As a keyboardist or as a pianist. Each time I go out for occasion or follow my band to show, we go for show, or we go for concert ministration, or probably the one that they invited us for. We went for ministrations. By the time I see a keyboard, I see the keyboard there, because I'm the keyboardist to play for the show. I will have to study the keyboard because I will have to know the transposing key. That became my challenge because I didn't know how to play all keys at that then. So anywhere I go to, I would like to first of all know where the transpose is, because, for example, imagine that singing the song on A. Here I am to worship, here I am to bow down, here I am to say that you're my God, no together worship. Imagine I'm playing a song on A, and then I haven't learned how to play on A. So I will have to transpose this A down to C, because I could play on C very well. So it's not really nice, So as a professional keyboardist, or as a professional pianist, or the first step in becoming a professional keyboardist, or the first step in becoming a professional pianist, is learning how to run the scales in all the 12 keys. Like, for example, I'm going to teach you all of that. Play it on your C. Use your two hands. Sorry. Then come to B. So, and they come back to C. So that's the first step. So the first step is learning how to play all the scales in all their keys. Don't transpose. In my class, I won't allow you to be transposed. Yes, I won't allow it. That's why I'm going to be teaching you how to play all of them. All these things I just did, and I'm going to show them to you the simplest way, and the secrets of playing all of them, I will show them to you. Do you understand? So you won't be transposing. So that is the first thing in standing out in order as a professional pianist from other keyboardists and our pianists. Playing all keys successfully well. So but before we do that, we are going to be starting on C major scale. So we're going to be learning the C major scale right now. We're going to learn the C major scale, right? Learn the C major scale right now. So this is the first skill we're going to be working with, C major scale. So that's what I'll be teaching you in my next class. So you want to miss it, please get all your gadgets, your devices, your materials, and your keyboard ready. I'm going to start on C major scale. I'm going to show you the secrets how to run it from your right hand, using your right hand. The secret of what's it called, your tonics, your what's it called, your